Hey guys, Nothing Bullshit here, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing another tier list, this time on Dervish elites, another class I do love, it's dear to my heart, my favourite melee class in the game. And yeah, we got a request from Saracens back on my other video. Thanks for watching, everyone watching and commenting, liking. And yeah, people want to see more, support the channel, support these videos. I love Guild Wars and I'd love to do more videos on it. In fact, I've done an Ellie one, I just haven't updated it, but since we've got a request on the Dervish one, here it is. So yeah, let's get into this. So like I was saying before, Dervish is actually one of my favorite class. I love Dervish so much. It's such a great class, I believe. There's so much going for it, and it's a very interesting class. In most games, I don't think there's many games that has a Dervish in it. There's not many elites, as Dervish was only in Nightfall, and then they got a couple more. No, they didn't get any elites in I don't know if I realized they didn't add any elites. So unfortunately, Dervish and Paragons don't have much to go on. So it's going to be a bit of a shorter video. So yeah, let's get started. So we're going for Arcane Zeal. Now, Arcane Zeal is an elite enchantment spell that lasts for 10 seconds, so it's a flat 10 seconds. You get 1 energy, maximum 7 at 15, and if you get to 20 you get 9. Okay, that's interesting. For each enchantment on you while you cast a spell, okay, it's got 10 energy, 1 cast time, and 5 recharge. Now Dervishes normally have a lot of elites, so this one is a spell to kind of help Dervishes keep a lot of energy as often as possible. Now it can also be used as a type of spell that you would use. It's the type of spell you use when you're running like maybe a Dervish healer as well. And so especially because every time you heal someone, every time you use a spell, you also get mana back at the same time. Now this one lasts just double the duration of the spell, which is pretty nice. You can keep it up indefinitely. And yeah, it just allows people to keep up pretty much infinite mana, because if you think about most of the mana spells, or energy spells, my apologies, for Dervish, they're not very high. And even if you're playing like a Ritualist or Monk, the energy spells aren't going to be too crazy in their amounts. So it's to be honest, it's a very niche one, because it's not something that Dervish would typically run. But if you're running a healing build, I think this is what you want. If you're running any other type of damaging build, there's so many other better spells. You don't really have energy problems. You're only going to really have energy problems if you're using this as a cross-profession spell with other healing or spell-based techniques as a Dervish. So it's a situational one for me. It's a situational actually B or A, because I think it's actually pretty damn good. If you're casting a lot of spells, you actually get a lot of leverage from this. You keep a lot of mana. I can actually imagine running this on an Ellie actually, where you can actually use a lot of spells, keep a lot of energy, and be able to do what you want. It might be actually quite a lot of fun. So I think we'll keep it there, but we'll see as we go along. Now, Dervishes have a lot of forms, and one of the forms here now is Balthazar form. The Balthazar form, Avatar Balthazar, is an elite form, lasts 10 to 90 seconds. You gain 20 armor against physical damage. You gain 25 faster adrenaline. You attack deal holy damage, and you inflict burning 1 to 3 seconds on nearby foes whenever you lose a Dervish enchantment. Now this is very specific to Dervishes, which is why it's probably in the mysticism. And it costs 5 energy, 2 cast time, and 20 cooldown. Now the 20 cooldown doesn't matter too much unless it gets interrupted. But generally, I mean, it lasts for 90 seconds anyway, so by the time it's finished, there's no way to remove it once it's on. So by the time it's finished, you already kind of have it refreshed, so it's fine. You can't get out of it anyway as well by accident, so that's fine. The cast time's 2 seconds, so there's ways to interrupt it. It's definitely something that's been run a lot in PvP and even in PvE. In some instances, you're allowed to spread burn. It's holy damage, which is actually good against some enemies in PvE, definitely undeads, which is a nice thing. If you get up to at least level 19, you get 4 burn, 111 duration, The armor apparently roughly reduces physical damage by 29%, which is pretty cool. And you get to look like Balthazar, which is it's pretty nice to me. Yeah, I think this is a great spell, honestly. I think it's definitely very good. I think I actually put this right now. Oof. I'm putting this one right now in A. I think it's a great spell. You get some physical defense, you get Adrenaline faster, which is exactly what you want as a Dervish, and yeah, you get to heal holy damage, which is a bonus. Definitely dealing holy damage is a bonus. The only thing is holy damage through weapons don't ignore armor compared to holy damage through elements, which is the only issue. But you do also do burning, so burning on 3, 3 times. 3 times 7 times 2. Well, let's do. Basically, you do like 60 damage basically over the duration of that. So this is extra damage. It just helps you out. So I think it's really good. I like it. Next, we go into Avatar of Dwayna, which is one that I have only mostly used in PvE. I don't think it's a PvP thing. There's a PvP version, which I will talk about actually. I didn't add one for PvP, but I will talk about it. So, Avatar of Dwayna is elite form, once again, 10 to 90 seconds in mysticism. You do holy damage, another one holy damage. Whenever you use a Dervish attack skill, you lose 1 hex. Heals allies in earshot for 5 to 50 of your health whenever you lose a Dervish enchantment. So this is whenever you lose a Dervish enchantment. It doesn't say specifically when. So this could actually technically work from this wording when someone removes one of your Dervish enchantments as well. You heal everyone. Or when a Dervish enchantment ends, which is quite nice. 50 healing. If that's 20, it goes up to 65. 50 healing for everyone AoE. That's actually quite a lot of healing. And Dervishes actually spawn a lot of enchantments. So I think this could actually be used as an off healer. You're actually attacking and you're healing at the same time. It can add a lot to your team. It can help release some pressure. Now it's got the same 5 energy, 2 cooldown, 2 cast time, 20% cooldown. Yeah, I think this is a good spell. To be honest, I think it actually fits around the same in A. Like, I can't. And to be honest, I think it's going to be the same for almost every single form, because I think they're all just pretty damn good, honestly. Avatar of Grenth. Oh, wait, I didn't talk about the PvP version. Let me go back and talk about the PvP version of Avatar of Lyssa. Dwayna quickly. So the difference in the PvP version seems to be... Okay, it took me a while to actually realize the difference, but the difference is you heal yourself only, not your allies. Which, I mean, if you healed your allies, that would be kind of broken. In PvP, I think this is still kind of good, you know, being able to remove hexes for yourself whenever you use a Dervish attack. And there's a lot of Dervish attacks that also make you lose enchantments, so there's a lot of synergy there. In PvP, I would still put this about a B, because maybe you probably have a healer anyway. And ideally, they would be able to support you. But I would say this is like a B in PvP. In PvE, I'll say it's an A. It's cool. It's very weird, like not many people use this in PvE, but it's just a way for you to actually get some extra healing from a frontliner, which does damage. So I think it can work. And if you think about how often you can actually remove enchantments as a Dervish, you can pretty much cast enchantments every like 6 seconds, 10 seconds. And if you're thinking of it like that, so every 6, let's say within 10 seconds, you can use about 2 flash enchantments. So you can remove those within those 10 seconds. That's about 100 healing every 10 seconds. And that's throughout your whole party. So 10 seconds, you're healing 50. Then you're even healing 100 every 10 seconds. For 8 people, that's 800 healing in that time. And that's actually quite a lot of healing, honestly. So, yeah, I think I actually quite like the spell. Avatar of Grenth. 10 to 90 seconds, your self-attack deal dark damage. Okay, interesting. And it's still 0 to 12 health. You are immune to disease. Apply disease to all adjacent foes. When you deal Dervish enchantments, when you lose Dervish enchantments, this spell is disabled for 45 seconds, similar to the rest. I didn't say the 45 seconds disabled for the rest, but it is what it is. 5 energy, 2 cast time, 20 cooldown. Now in PvP, I think this one is pretty decent. The only thing about disease can go on your allies as well. It makes you immune, but it makes your allies susceptible for disease. So that's why in PvP it would be a bit strange running this, because you're actually adding a lot of pressure to your own team. In PvE, it can be the same. Now, luckily, a lot of endgame content isn't based on humanoids, so you won't be spreading disease throughout your own team. But there are a lot of places in the game. Praetor. I think it actually works. I don't know if it works between dwarfs as well, dwarfs and humans. I'm not sure, but a lot of people in Campfire, there's a lot of human enemies in Campfire, a lot of human enemies in Alona. It's mostly just Praetor, but sometimes you don't fight human enemies for quite a while. So for this one specifically, I would actually give it a B. I don't think it's strictly an A. The lifesteal is okay, but just 20 lifesteal on hit isn't anything too amazing. The immune to disease, it works, it synergizes well with its own ability. But disease also does less damage than burn. And the fact that you can actually spread disease throughout your own team, actually, I would move this down to C. Now, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting, but it's not the best spell I would bring in situations like this for your team. There are definitely synergies when you go to Wind Prayer, and then you have Grenth's OR, which allows you to steal more, so you'll be able to survive a lot. But so maybe I'll put this a B, because I still put it to C, because by itself I don't think it's top tier, but with other spells it can actually, life stealing builds actually add a lot to it. But so by itself I keep it at C. Avatar of Lyssa. Now this one and me we have a big history, because Avatar of Lyssa, back in the day, it was busted. In PvP, I would put this at an S. If this was the old Avatar of Lyssa, it was an S, because it was ridiculous back in the day. Now, just to give you some history, guys, back in the day, what Avatar Lyssa said was for 10 to 70 seconds, you have plus 20 maximum energy, and your attacks deal 5 to 50 damage to foes activating skills. 50 damage. Now, this is ridiculous back in the day. This basically meant you could just run around swinging on Ellies, Necros, monks, whoever's using the spell, it doesn't matter who, and it's been doing 50 damage out of nowhere, 50 plus, which is insane amount of damage, hitting hundreds. I remember hitting 140s on Ellies like it was nothing. You don't even need to bring attack spells. You need to keep swinging, and all the other spells, so that's utility spells to help you stay alive, help you do damage. Like, it's actually ridiculous. So, but obviously it got changed. Now what it says is for 10 to 90 seconds is that your Dervish enchantments recharge 50% faster. Obviously that's pretty good, and deals chaos damage with attacks. Deals 1 energy from nearby foes when you lose a Dervish enchantment. Now 1 energy in PvE is pretty useless. Generally it doesn't really do anything unless you're all focused on energy reduction with that mesmerism and stuff. It doesn't really mean much at all, honestly. In PvE, this is an F, honestly. Maybe I give it an E just because of the Dervish enchantment, but a D, sorry, but it's not good. It's basically not good anymore. I don't see it being a great skill anymore. PvE, I wouldn't bring this in PvE. I wouldn't bring this in PvP. 1 energy per Dervish enchantment. I think they should have made it at least 2 energy. In PvE, I think this should be 3. Because by the time you've used 3 enchantments stripped in PvE, 3 energy, the fight's over. 3 energy doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. So I think in PvE it should be 5 energy, maybe 3. In PvP, I think it should at least be 3, or maybe 2. I don't know, but something more than whatever this is, because it's not good enough. Fights are basically over before it even makes impact. So once again, I'm thinking it's an F. It's just a sad thing, because this skill used to be an S. It used to be an S. They nerfed it, and it doesn't synergize. Stealing energy, or you're stealing energy, fair enough. You're taking it for yourself, but it's still not really necessary. You know what? Since you're stealing, I'm not losing. Fine. I'll final verdict for now is a D, but I probably want to put in an F, because I think it's pretty bad. Avatar of Melandru. Now this one has a PvP version as well, which we'll talk about, but let's start with the PvE. You have 150 plus health, cool, 30 plus elemental armor, and your attack still earth damage. Cure one condition from your party in earshot whenever you're using Dervish enchantment. Now PvE version, I give this a B. It makes you a tank. 150 health is nice. 30 elemental armor is great. And then you do earth damage. Now earth damage is okay, but there obviously are some monsters that are strong against earth, so there's a problem there, but it's not too crazy. The curing one condition is great. It just helps with a lot of relieving pressure from monks and ritualists and so on. Ritualists aren't the best at removing conditions, so this can also help. In fact, I might actually even put this in A. I think this is a great skill as well, because it allows you to be a tank and allows you to support your team at the same time. I think it's a great spell. I actually think this order is fine. I might even put this. I think this one's actually the best. I know people might say this is controversial, but I think, from my own experience, I think this one's amazing. But I think the rest of the order is fine. Now the PvP version, you have 100 plus health, 30 elemental armor, so 50 less health. Your attack still earth, the same. You cure 2 conditions from yourself. So that's cool. Curing 2 conditions is great. So the PvP version, I still think it's pretty good. Yeah, removing conditions from everyone's might be a bit busted. So PvP version, I think it'll probably be a B. I think it's good. It's definitely great. And it makes me wonder why Lyssa only steals 1 energy. It just doesn't do enough. And that's all the forms done. We're done with the forms for now. So now we're gonna go to some other moves. Okay, what we got? Oh, okay, this is an interesting spell. Ebony Dust Aura. Okay, let's see what this spell is about. This is an Earth Prayers. It's an elite flash enchantment spell. 30 seconds, so it's a flat 30 seconds. Deals 3 to 15 earth damage when your melee attacks. With your melee attacks. Initial effect blinds nearby foes for 1 to 7. End effect removes blindness. Now this one costs 10 energy and it's 20-second cooldown, so you can let this last forever. It's not a bad spell, but it's not the greatest. You get some plus damage, which is good. And you do some blind, which is also good. Actually helps as well. And it removes blind from yourself. It doesn't make you immune for blind though. That's the only problem. If it made you immune to blind, well then it'll probably be OP, and it'll probably need a PvP version. Removing blind on a 20-second cooldown doesn't mean too much, as blind isn't the hardest thing to really put on you, but it's not everywhere. Definitely PvP, it's not everywhere. 15 damage is right. It's okay, it's good. I think the damage could have been a bit more. Definitely after you see some of our other spells that are in Earth. So I give this a C. To be honest. Yeah, I'll probably put it here. It's good, but it's not amazing. It's not like top tier. The problem with a lot of Dervish spells, some of them are a lot of them are gonna fall into like the middle section. They're not bad, they're not great. They're just okay. Which is a problem. Because I love Dervish, they deserve more elites. We just don't have enough. Oh, now we're going to Wind Prayers. Interesting. Grenth's Grasp. Not a spell I've really used myself, but I know about it. Elite flash spell enchantments. 20-second flat. Inflicts cripple condition 1 to 11 seconds with your next attack and transfers 1 condition. Interesting. So this is only for your next attack. Let's just see the notes. So apparently the cripple is dealt before you attack, so it also works with other certain mechanics. Interesting. Now this isn't actually an attack. This is just an enchantment. So this can actually work with any weapon, but it has no effect unless you have a cold weapon. Which is interesting. And apparently it can actually be hit on multiple people. So if you actually use an attack that it's multiple people, it can actually work on every single person, which is quite nice. Now the only thing is it's a cripple. In PvE, cripple doesn't mean much. It can mean something end game when you're trying to keep people stuck together, but obviously if you're sending someone to one up in front, trying to keep them stuck together doesn't really do too much now, does it? And you need a cold weapon. It transfers one condition, but it's only on one hit. It reminds me of the Ebony skill, but Ebony skill at least lasts for longer. This one only lasts for 1 second, one hit. It's 5 energy and 10 cooldown, but one hit doesn't really do much, right? I think if the cooldown was about 5 seconds in PvE at least, maybe even 3 seconds in PvE or 4 seconds, I think that would have been like great. Or would have been like an A or a B. Not even an A, or just wouldn't be B. But right now, with 10 seconds, you can use it, only use it once, transferring one condition. I have to put it down in D. It's not a great skill. It's not a skill I'd actually take. I want to take. Yeah, I've never found myself in the need to take it. I've looked at it, but it's just not worth it because it only lasts for one hit. Still in win prayers, we got Onslaught. Oh, Onslaught is a good spell. Let's read this one out. Elite Flash Enchantment spell. For 3 to 15 seconds, you attack, move, and gain adrenaline 25% faster. Plus 10 energy and 10-second recharge. Wow. Now, this does everything. I mean, attack, move, and adrenaline, that's basically 3 spells in one. So, I mean, you have one spell on Dervish, which allows you to attack 25% faster, and you don't even need that. So that's gone. Adrenaline, I mean, 25% adrenaline is good. I mean, it's not the best. There's other spells that have like 100 in Warrior, but it's 25 is still pretty good, right? And then you attack. You also move 25% faster, which also moves another spell. So this is pretty much 3 spells in one. This is a good elite. This is what elite needs to be. Now, for this one, I'm putting this in S. I think Onslaught is an S. It's just a great spell. It just does so much. It gives you so much leverage from one spell. You can keep it up forever as well. At 12 attributes, it lasts for 13 seconds. At 15, 15. It has a good duration. It's just good. Like, it's not crazy. It doesn't do anything crazy. It's just flat out just good, honestly. And then PvP is a bit worse, much worse actually. For 2 to 8 seconds, your attacks, you attack and gain adrenaline 25% faster. So you don't get the move. It's the same energy, same cast time of 10. This doesn't last forever on you until you get to 19 win prayers, which allows it for 10 seconds. But no one's going to do that in PvP. No one. You're going to have other means like extended enchantments to make it last forever. So in PvP, I'll give it like a B. In PvE, give it like an S. Now, our next spell. Well, yeah, I think you're in Mrs. Right? Yeah. Pious Renewal. Pious Renewal. I have too many tabs open. Give me a second. Just a quick one, guys. I have no idea why I said Pious Renewal. It's Pious Renewal. Yeah, sorry about that. Pious Renewal, an elite flash enchantment, lasts for 8 seconds. An effect recharges itself, and you gain 0 to 5 energy and 0 to 30 health. Okay, 5 energy, 8-second cast time. Now, this is an interesting spell because you'll be like, what? Okay, it only has an end effect. And the end effect recharges itself. So basically, it's something that kind of lasts for you forever, as long as you don't let it remove by itself, right? Now, the energy cost at 12 mysticism, you only get a net loss of, or net worth of 1 gain of energy. At 15, 3, at 26. Anything below 8, you're making a minus, and anything above from 8 to 10, you're not making anything. It's a 0 net. I think this is a pretty good spell. I think it's an A. I think it deserves an A because it allows you to really use a lot in the Dervish kit. You get health. I mean, at level 15, you get 30 health. So every time you move, as long as you have skills to move, you're just getting health constantly. Health, health, health. And you get energy too. The only thing is it lasts on yourself, doesn't it? It doesn't last on anyone else. It doesn't help anyone else. It just helps yourself. That's the only problem. But it allows you to use a lot of the Dervish kit. And that's why I leave it around here. Maybe I'll put it around here. No, I think I leave it here. Because these are all really good for your teammates. This one's good for your teammate. This one's good for your teammates. And this is for yourself. This is also good for yourself. So I think it all kind of fits around here. Our first attack spell, our Scythe spell, it's an elite Scythe attack for 3 to 15 seconds and causes cripple. Loses 1 Dervish enchantment. Okay. Removal effect. Causes knockdown for 2 to 3 seconds. Now this is Reaper's Sweep. 8 adrenaline. Now the only problem about this spell is the 8 adrenaline. Apart from that, this spell is a great spell. I mean, being able to knock people down for 3 seconds is incredible. It doesn't have a PvP version. It's definitely something that started to get added more in PvP, definitely GVGs over time. In PvE, a 3 seconds knockdown can really do a lot for your team. If you're trying to, hard content, you're trying to disable a monk, disable a ritualist. Not a lot of people have anything to help them against knockdown, so knockdown is a really good spell. Honestly, I'll put this in like a B or an A. I think high B is a good spell. It works well. You remove a Dervish enchantment, it helps you set up stuff. The only problem is this spell is 8 adrenaline is a lot. Dervish is by themselves. That's 8 attacks you need to do to get this up. I mean, if you're attacking multiple people, that's good. But it's still 8 adrenaline. It's still a lot, right? There's other ways to help you with adrenaline, but obviously Onslaught is another elite, so you can't use that. You just need to use maybe some warrior stuff to help you with adrenaline, or just attack multiple people and your adrenaline will get up a bit faster. But in general, yeah, it's not the most amazing spell. It's a good spell. It's an alright spell. So that's why I'm leaving this in B. Vow of Revolution. Now, this is a new spell that got added in the update for the 15th anniversary, I think it was. So it was the 10th, I can remember. I think it was 15th. Okay, so it's an elite enchantment spell. 3 to 10 seconds. Gain 1 to 5 energy regeneration. Renewals whenever you use a non-Dervish spell. It's a PvE skill only, so we're only going to do justice in PvE. 10 energy, 1 cool activation time, and 20 cooldown. Now, it doesn't last for the whole duration of the spell, but obviously it's renewing, so as long as you can keep it up, that's good. So at 15 is 5 energy regen and 10 second duration. At 20 is 6 energy regen. You can get 6 energy at 17, so 17 is probably the sweet spot. Now this is a great spell if you want to use any other profession, like a healer, Dervish, an attack Dervish with Elementalist or Necro, a minion master Dervish. This allows you to do a lot of Dervish from other classes. It doesn't really, you can't really use this with Dervish itself. It needs to be used with other classes. And it just helps you keep energy. I mean, 6 energy regen, 5 energy regen, even at 4 every second. That's like what? You're getting 8 energy every second, basically, which is a lot of energy. That's a good amount. Plus 4, and you already have 4, so that just makes it so it's insane. You gain so much energy so quickly. So I'm putting this in A, probably around here, because it's not something you can really run on every type of build. It's very situational. In fact, I would like to put situational, but it's not a situational one because this is more like build specific one rather than situation. If you understand what I mean. I know that sounds a bit strange, but it makes sense in my head. When you're running those type of LE builds, basically I would only run this on Elementalist damage build, Necro, Ritualist or Monk. Those are the 3 I'd run on. Probably preferably Monk, because you can take really big heals on Monk that cost a lot of mana and you don't have to worry about anything. You can just be good because you have energy. Obviously you can also use a Ritualist as well, actually. Ritualist does have some big heals as well. So yeah, think of something like that. I think it's a great spell. It was a really good addition in that update. We got another elite, Vow of Silence. Now, Vow of Silence is an enchantment spell. Lasts 5 to 10 seconds. Spells cannot target you, and you cannot cast spells. 5 energy, put to cast time, and 10-second cooldown. So at 14, the duration lasts for the whole amount. Was 10 seconds for 10-second duration and 10-second cooldown. It's not really fully. There's still going to be 3/4 that you still need to wait until you can use it again. Or quarter, sorry, until you can use it again, but it's fine. But this helps you. This stops people from attacking your spells, but the only problem is you can't be targeted by spells, and Dervish is all about spells. So honestly, this is more like a situational thing. We should only use for running. You wouldn't use this in particular battle. People only use this spell for running. In running situations, it's like an S. In every other situation, it'd be like an D. It's not something you could really want to use because Dervishes are all about enchantments. with spells, and if none spells can target you, then there's no way people can be interactive to heal you. Amongst the heal you, they can use that heal circle, whatever that is, to heal around them, but even then, that's still very hard to pull off. And not heal your enemies. It's not a skill worth using. Vow of Strength. It's an elite enchantment. Most of these enchantments are forms. When you attack with a scythe, deal 10 to 25 slash damage to adjacent foes. Okay, 5 energy, quarter cast time, 20-second recharge. Now this spell is an amazing spell. It's a really good one because it allows you just to do more AoE damage, which Dervishes already do really well. Now, if you have spells that attack multiple times, it then procs multiple times as well. So stuff like Twin Moon, or you know, something like that. You'll just attack even more on top of already attacking. And if you're attacking multiple people, it also procs on those multiple people as well. So it can do a lot of damage. So that's why I think this one is actually a skill. Just because it synergizes so well with Dervish. It's an earth press, which is cool. I mean, the damage gets quite high. I mean, at 20, you get 30 damage. And the fact that, you know, Dervish can already hit multiple people, this just allows it to trigger multiple times. It's incredible. It doesn't last for the whole duration. There's 5 seconds remaining, but there are ways to extend it with extended enchantment. But it's definitely a worth bringing spell, and definitely something you should really bring. Now we're coming to our last 2 spells. We've got Wounding Strike here, which does have a PvP version. Wounding Strike deals 5 to 20 damage and inflicts bleeding condition for 5 to 20 seconds, which is pretty cool. Remove 1 Dervish enchantment. Removal effect inflicts deep wound condition 5 to 20 seconds. 5 energy, 3 cooldown. This is the staple, one of the pinnacles of attack for this class. I think it's an amazing class. Amazing attack for the fact that the 3-second cooldown and the 20 damage, you do bleeding and deep wound. Bleeding is already 4 times what? Let's say 4 times 20. This is for the max. 4 times 20 times 2. You're doing like so much damage. 40 times 4 is what, like 160 damage. You're doing 160 damage bleed. And then also you also got the deep wound, which reduces healing. It also reduces health. It removes an enchantment. This is definitely a less class hit. It's just S. Like there's no way about it. It's just like it's crazy. This spell is so crazy. The skill is crazy. It's just insane. That's why there's the PvP version. It synergizes with everything that a Dervish does. It has a low mana cost of 5. It's a low cooldown of 3. Unlike Reap and Swipe, which you have to build up to with 8 energy, you can use it straight away, and what, 2 seconds after you use it, you can use it again. Like, it's insane. Removing enchantment, doing damage, doing bleed, doing deep wound. Like, how much does one skill have to do? It's actually incredible. Now in PvP, it's the same, but they just remove the damage, the extra 20 damage. In PvP, I'll probably give this like a, I don't know, like a B. But in PvE, S. 100% S. It's insane. It's incredible. I love it. It's one of the spells I take the most in this class, and I think everyone should. Like, honestly, it's a ridiculous spell. Absolutely ridiculous. Coming to the last spell, we have Vow. Coming to the last spell, we have Zealous Vow. You gain 1 to 6 energy, and each time you use an attack, you hit with an attack, but you also have -3 energy regen. It has a 5-second. It lasts for 20 seconds, by the way. 10 seconds. 5 energy, a quarter cast time, 12-second cooldown. Now it's an enchantment, so it can be removed. So if you really feel like you're not making benefit of this, you can remove it. -30 energy is actually a lot. I mean, you can use a lot of energy. Doing this quite fast. And for the energy you're getting back, I mean, if you think about all the other energy ones we have with Priority, yeah, Priority Renewal, and what's the other one we have? Arcane Zeal. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to, I mean, based on attack, every time you're hitting an attack, so if you're hitting multiple people, you get a lot of energy. But it just doesn't feel like the best spell in general, to be honest. So I don't think it's really worth it. I think this one actually sits around here in a D. I don't think it really does a good job. I mean, there's just all the other energy ones are just better, basically. They're just built different in a sense. I don't think this is the one you want for Dervish, honestly. Yeah. But this is the tier list, guys. Yeah, here it is. I think this is quite fair. We can go over them again, you know, starting from A. You know, we got Voodoo Strike, we got Onslaught. I think that, yeah, these are fair. Vow of Strength, yep. Now, I know people might not agree with Avatar of Dwayna, but trust me, use Avatar of Dwayna. Forget your rich list, bring one rich list, bring one Avatar of Dwayna, Dervish, let them attack, let them remove their enchantments. You'll be healing a lot. AoE, it removes this pressure. Rich list is in the best at AoE healing. This helps you out with that. Avatar of Balthazar, you know, is pretty good. Avatar of Melandru is amazing as well. There's reasons why that one and Dwayna have PvP versions, because they'll be busted in that mode, and because they're just good overall, honestly. Piety of Renewal is a great spell. Vow of Revolution is an amazing spell. You can't use it all the time, but it's good when it comes. Reaper Strike, yep, I think that's fine in B. Ebony Dust, yep, okay, yeah, I think it's good. I think everything's good here, honestly. Nothing in F. I don't think Dervish have like really bad spells. I just think, you know, some spells are really good, and then they have a lot in the middle, honestly. Like, yes, that's the class, honestly. There's not much skills here to really hate. There's just some skills that are much better, and some skills that are shit. But yeah, that's me, guys. Hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think down below. If you disagree with anything, let me know. And yeah, we'll catch you next time. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. See ya.